Hey everybody, I got my seatbelt on. Let's have a conversation. First off, a lot of people do not see my videos. I don't know if it's the way I'm marketing it. I don't know if it's the fact that nobody's passing it along to other people, but I hope that my knowledge and years of driving is going to help somebody. If I can help one person, then I've done a good job. So I want to bring something to your attention today. Some things that I absolutely hate. The very first thing is I hate when people do not communicate. Now, I have stressed this forever and ever. I did another video on it. I don't like the fact that people don't know how to communicate when they're on the road. Turn signals and using your brakes properly, that's how you communicate with your fellow drivers. Now, when you're coming onto a freeway, you are merging onto the oncoming traffic. It is not the job of the traffic on the freeway to slow down to your speed. It is your job to get up to speed so when you merge, you come on at the same speed. That's your job. The other part of your job is to communicate that you are coming on the freeway. I know it seems obvious. I'm coming up the on-ramp. I'm getting on the freeway. If you don't recognize that, then you're the dumb one. But here's the deal. If you turn your turn signal on and you indicate, I want to come over, more than likely, and in some states it's an actual law, they will move over and you will have a clear space to come on. But failure to communicate does nothing but piss everybody off. It pisses off you because you're trying to get on the freeway. It pisses off the guy who's on the freeway. It pisses off the semi-truck driver because he has to slow down for you to come on because he can't swerve out of the way really quick. Just communicate, okay? Just turn on your turn signal and communicate. That's all I'm asking. Next point. Putting your feet on the dash. Now, while you're driving, where should your feet be? On the floor. They should be on the floor because you have a brake and a fuel at the throttle that you have to work. And for balancing purposes, your foot must stay on the floor. Okay, your left foot. A lot of people take their left foot and they put it up on the dash. Mostly women. I don't know why it is that they do this. But they kick back in their chair, they put their foot on the dash, and they're driving like they're sitting in a lazy boy. That is not the proper way to drive a vehicle. They've only got one hand on the steering wheel. The phone is probably in their other hand. And they're going down the road with their foot on the dash. I cannot stress it enough that this is a dangerous way to drive. You're just asking for trouble. Another thing, passengers, especially women. And I'm not picking on you gals. I'm not doing that. This is what I have observed in the last 30 years. It's the women who do this. Because the man is driving the vehicle. And so the woman is sitting in the passenger seat and she has her legs up on the dash. You guys, I've seen the x-rays. You can look them up online. They're out there. Anybody can find them. Just type in x-rays from accidents. From motor accidents. I found them. I was looking on the internet and I found them. And I have friends who are nurses and doctors and they've told me all about these situations. If you get into an accident, and the chances are high, you're going to get into an accident and your legs are going to be shoved up into your hips. And then you're going to be disabled for life. Now I'm telling you, this is a very serious situation. I know You get tired when you're driving down the road on a long road trip. But I promise, if you keep your feet on the floor and you get out and take breaks more often, you will have a more successful road trip. And if you happen to get into an accident, you have a more likely chance of surviving that accident and not ending up disabled for the rest of your life. I can't guarantee that. It's just people get hurt when their feet are up on the dash. So, it's something that you need to do, need to pay attention to. Okay, what's another point? Another point is people driving the speed limit. I'm governed at 65 miles an hour. I cannot go any faster. So I always stay on the far right lane all the time, because I know dang good and well that I'm going to end up having a problem, and somebody's going to want to zigzag around me and go faster and all this stuff, because they're in a hurry. By God, they're in a hurry and they got to get around the big truck. I have at least 1 to 2 incidences where people are scared when they're driving. They're from another country or whatever the case may be, and they're only going 45 to 50 miles an hour in a 65 to 70 mile an hour zone. It messes up the traffic big time. If you're afraid to drive, get off the road. Just get off the road. There's no reason for you to be out there if you cannot drive the speed limit. Now, I understand road conditions. I understand if it's snowing or if it's raining really hard and you want to slow down to be safe. But if you are driving a vehicle and you're driving under the speed limit, you have become a hazard to other motorists. And someone's going to end up getting in an accident, and it's going to be a big one. So I'm just telling you, try to drive the speed limit if you can. I understand road conditions, but what I'm saying is, if the road conditions are good, go ahead and drive the speed limit. Last point. I don't like these people who drive in and out like crazy banshees, like their ass is on fire. I don't know what their personal situation is, but if you're in an area where the speed limit is 55 and it's a construction zone, and you come flying through there at 70 or 80 miles an hour, that's stupid. That's just asking for trouble. So I would say to those drivers who are flying around without a care in the world, please knock it off, because you're going to end up killing somebody, if not yourself, because you cannot react fast enough if a car comes into your lane or if the road shifts or something. You're going to end up losing control of your vehicle. I don't care how good of a driver you think you are, you're going to end up hurting somebody. These are just a few tips I wanted to bring up today. I hope you all are safe out there on the roads. Remember, when you pass a trucker, give him a wave. We appreciate that. Truckers work hard for what they do, and may God bless all the truckers to stay safe. May God bless all of you guys in your cars to stay safe. And may God bless everyone out there with health and safety and prosperity. Take care now.